let's tread cautiously. It's not about President Mahama. Look, government will come and go. I've mentioned so many presidents. President Mahama will come and go. There will be another president, whether we like it or not. Okay? President Akufo-Addo is gone after 8 years. You can make all the noise, do whatever. His turn is up. Okay, like, those who will praise him will praise him. Those who will say he didn't do well, he didn't do well.
Okay.
But what is important is that the constitution lying before us, if there's something untoward that you feel is not proper, you have to speak to it. Speak to it.
Okay.
What did the Constitution say per Article 146? About the processes of removing a justice of a Superior Court, especially the Supreme Court. In this case, even the Chief Justice. The Constitution enjoins you to do that in camera. Today, the matter is out there.
But whose fault is it?
Who put it out?
Whose fault is who?
Who
can we blame?
Whose fault is
Who put it out?
I'm saying that who are you have to blame?
Who are you blaming?
Who is supposed to be authority to ensure that I am safeguarding the sanctity of the provision of the
If I write to you,
who is the one?
Come on.
That's what I'm
No,
asking.
that's an allegation.
So who do we
You
blame?
cannot allege that the woman
on.
herself brought it.
Nobody has alleged anything.
So
You
what
are the
I-
one.
what
You
I-
are
what I-
asking
you
your own
cannot-
question and
Look,
answering
I
it.
am
Is it
saying
moral?
that
And that's what
there's
I'm
an
asking.
authority.
Don't allow Kamaldeen. No. You are allowing Kamaldeen to set his own questions and answer them.
That's what
If
I'm
I
asking.
write to you, if I write to you,
Yes.
right, between you and I, and the letter comes out between you and I, somebody put it out. So don't come and sit here and
that's why
pretend as if it's the
that's why
person who wrote the letter.
First of all, you didn't write to the person.
That's
First of all,
why-
you see,
that's why
let's
I'm
get it
asking.
first.
I'm putting.
First of all, you didn't write to
Hold
the
on.
person.
I
No,
am
you did
setting.
not.
No, I am setting the
Yes.
context because what you are doing, like what you people have been doing over the last 3 years, over the last 3 days, is you have gone to sleep and you are ginning up reasons to come up with what you want to do. Moro, on May, hold on.
Because he didn't finish.
No,
You
because
have your
listen,
time. Don't worry.
the Chief Justice.
But he didn't finish.
Could don't have your time. I don't know why.
I want him to set the proper context for his arguments.
Don't
okay?
worry. I will
The
stay
Chief
to
Justice,
wait for you.
Gertrude Torkornoo, has justified her recommendation to President Akufo-Addo to consider 5 judges for the
Yes,
Supreme Court.
yes.
According to the Chief Justice, the Supreme Court needs more judges to handle the overwhelming number of cases
Yes.
currently before it.
Yes.
This comes after a letter by the CJ to the President was circulated
Yes.
in social media.
Yes.
And then subsequent
And what's
to
the
that,
point? What's the
hold
point?
on,
What's the
because you are talking about leakages.
Maybe
Subsequent to that,
what he's driving at.
say the Attorney General has backed the Chief Justice's request for the appointment of 5 more justices to the Supreme Court. According to Godfrey Dame, the move will minimize delays, reduce unnecessary expenses,
Yes.
and contribute to the official overall efficient administration of the court. This also comes after that particular memo was also circulated in the media.
Yes.
So don't come and sit here and create the impression that circulating media stuff in the media comes from only one direction.
Yes.
Or indeed,
I
if
didn't
it
say
is,
so.
because Kamaldeen, you are very clever. That is
didn't say
the
so.
input. Today I am on you like a hawk. I am not going to
Kojo,
allow
I didn't
you
say that.
to obfuscate anything.
Yes, so Kojo,
Tell the truth
Kojo,
so that we will all be free here.
Kojo, that's why when he made the comment, I asked him, I said, so who's responsible for it? And whose fault is it?
Yes, you see,
And so I was actually waiting for an answer.
I
when
am
he came
saying
in.
that
Yes.
we have a
We
duty. We have a duty to ensure, okay, that due process of the law or due process is properly followed.
Yes.
Should you have been given the duty to do so?
Yes.
Okay.
Has President Mahama not
Excuse
followed
me,
the due process in Article
Kojo,
146?
Manu, here.
Has he done anything that countermands Article
Kojo,
146?
I know you don't like to be heckled when you're talking, so please don't do it to him. I beg you.
heckling
Please go ahead.
because he's very
Come on, please go ahead. Come on, please go
You
ahead.
see, first of all, I asked the question as to how did this whole thing get into the media,
Okay.
and that is what brought
So
about
is it meant to be a rhetorical question?
Yes, and I'm going to refer to an instance.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, how did you get to a level where someone had to go to the Supreme Court to question the process in the first place?
Yes.
Before the office of the president would realize, we did not even give the petition to the person we were supposed to give to the
No, but that's
Wait
not.
a minute.
That's not
Wait a
true.
minute.
That's
I am
not-
saying
that's not being fair
no,
to the
it
facts.
was not. The person, you see, we all know is that it's right that there has been look, Supreme Court decisions are binding on all of us, and it's as good as laws.
Yes.
And there have been decisions by the Supreme Court, especially in the Judicial case, which has actually been all out there.
Yes.
That look, if a justice is actually set off, or if he set off to remove a judge, the petitions that is asking or demanding his or her removal ought to serve the person as well. And the question I ask now, when the matter went to the to the Council of State, okay, before it went to the Council of State, when the petition was received, was she actually in copy?
Yes.
Was she written too?
Yes.
No. It was after. Check the process. You are in
yes, I know.
It was after.
Was Charlotte Osei ever giving? Was Charlotte Osei ever, when she asked for it, was she not told by the Chief Justice?
Could you let's have a conversation?
We're having a conversation.
So let's do that. When I'm not, then you come. You see, when we do this, we will not be doing good to our viewers.
Otherwise, he can't flow.
We cannot do that.
He's flowing.
Please. So I'm saying that.
So you're interrogating the process.
The process was even in question in the first place.
You have your reservations on the process.
I have not gone into the matter. I don't have it. I don't have any petition before me. Right. I don't really know what it is. What matters is that what does the law says per the process.
Okay.
The law said this.
Yes.
And then, of course, at the point, did we have a setback? Yes, and I'm saying we had a setback. Which setback? I thought that the person in question was not served even with the petitions.
Okay.
Then the person wrote to the presidency. I've just heard something in the media that I'm going to be. That is where I have a problem.
Okay.
And that is where every reasonable person watching, okay, we don't just need lawyers alone to say this. Okay? Sometimes we just apply the common sense. We'll tell you that this ought to have been done. And the president saw reason in it and said, indeed, let us serve.
Did you read?
And give her days to even respond.
But come on, did you read the president's response to her?
About what?
When she wanted to know why the president hadn't served her with a copy or hadn't referred to her for a comment before.
I am saying that. Is it a fact that she wasn't given a copy?
To the
is it a fact that she wasn't given a copy?
No, I get that.
And is it a fact that she was actually given a copy and given days to answer again later?
And I'm saying that. Did you read the president's response to her?
And I'm also asking you a simple question.
So, as an explanation as to why.
I'm not speaking to the content of what the president said.
Okay.
I'm speaking to a fact that there was a red flag raised, which red flag was actually granted and served by the president graciously. I'm saying the president actually did the needful by saying that, look, indeed, okay, fine, this is the petition. I've given you some 10 days. You've asked for 7 days to respond to it. So I'm saying, what actually stopped her in the first place?
The reason why I'm asking whether you've read the president's response is because when you read the president's response, right, the president indicates that we are not there yet.
Yeah.
Your concerns are premature. I have ferried the petition to the Council of State for advice. So it is the Council of State that will tell me what to do next. And the president says, the Council of State now says such, the Council of State has now told me that you have to be given a copy for your input. So from inference, what it tells me is that regardless of whether the CJ had written to the president or not, he still would have given her a copy of it. No. I'm also asking whether have you read the president's response?
See,
in fact,
Moro, let's be fair to each other and be fair to the law. Yes. I am not for Gertrude, I'm not for anybody, I'm for Ghana.
Yes, but
the point I want to make, what was the reason, okay, for the president ferrying the petitions to the Council of State?
Yes.
To establish a prima facie. Okay?
Yes.
That is the reason.
But that is an issue.
And I'm saying to look into it and then determine whether or not there was a prima facie case against.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
And I'm saying if you are ferrying a document on to a body to look into a matter petition against her fairly, natural justice demands that the person ought to be served.
So come on.
So that they can determine whether there's a prima facie case.
So your point is that but for the CJ's letter to the president, you're saying that you believe that the president wouldn't have given the CJ an opportunity to make a comment?
There was an occasion that, look, I'm saying that the president at least did not, the fact is that she wasn't served of these petitions.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying, how do you know if she wasn't going to be served?
Yeah,
that's the question. How do you know if she wasn't going to be served?
The process
anyway?
is that go and establish a prima facie case. You need a response from her to buttress it. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying to you, and I'm asking, come on,
and she never responded.
Come on, you're not getting my point.
Yes.
Indeed, it is true.
Yeah.
That once the president receives the petition, he is supposed to consult the Council of State,
yes.
right? To ask and to basically ask whether there's an issue, right? Now, even before that process had ended or had completed, the CJ then writes to the president and says that I am aware that you have some petition deal with you, and I don't have a copy of that petition, so I don't even know what is in there. And then the president writes to her and says, oh, but your request is even premature because I'm yet to even hear from the Council of State. In any case, why did you even put out your letter to me? Because we all know that this process is supposed to be an in-camera process. So by putting the letter out, you have violated the same constitution that you believe or the same law that you are grounding your request to me, which is show me the petition and let me make an import. Because it's supposed to be in camera.
No,
hold on. So the president talks about her concerns being premature.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that it stands to reason that perhaps, and just perhaps, the president had intentions of ferrying the letter to her for input even before a proper prima facie case is established. That's the point I'm making. So for you to say
now.
No, but for you to say no, but you are suggesting no. The reason I'm saying this because you are suggesting from your commentary or from your submission this morning that, but for the CJ, the president would have done that. Wouldn't have sent a copy of the petition to her for her to have a look. That's the point. That's what I'm coming.
I believe.
May I back into this love fest between the two of you?
No, we're going to end in the next few minutes. We're going to end in the next few minutes so that Kojo can come in. Otherwise,
let me ask Kamadi.
Yes.
Which part of Article 146 says that the president should send the petition to the Chief Justice before it goes?
It is not there.
Before it goes to
it is not there. But Kojo, here's the issue. Because of the
Council of State.
Because of the Frank J. Chung and the Attorney General's case.
Interpret Article 146.
And you know the lawyers will tell you that decided case law is as equally good as the Constitution.
Yes,
so
and that's where it's coming from.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Why then was, and don't tell me because the CJ is different, why was Charlotte say not giving the petition against them?
That was unfair.
But why was she told? And she was actually written to by the Chief Justice and told, go to the hearing and get a copy of the petition.
That was wrong. I get that. That was wrong. But here's the thing. So, come on, are we on the same page?
I am saying,
so we can move on because I want us to.
We're not having a problem.
Yes, we litigate this matter.
What is the process? When you see, and that is why even Article 296 is clear. That's why the Bar Association is making that argument. That if you have a discretion, ensure that fairness and rules of natural justice indeed is seen in your exhibition in terms of churning out your discretion.
Okay.
It's clear. And I'm saying that he asked a simple question. Why, where in Article 146 is the president mandated to have given copies of it to the Chief Justice?
Before it goes to the Council of State, add that. I said today you won't get away
to trigger the process.
Yes.
You need a Council of State.
Yes.
And in the course of the process, okay, this is all part of the process of removing the Chief Justice. Now, for it to get there, for the prima facie case to be established, the person, when you receive a petition against, okay, ought to be given a copy that, look, this is your a complaint against you. We are giving it to the Council of State to see to it whether or not there is a prima facie case against you. If you have your comments, right. That all this is in camera anyway.
Okay. Yes.
We shouldn't have known all this.
Yes.
But I'm saying there was a flaw. A citizen of this country went to court, which case is said to be, to be heard anyway. Went to court to question that process and cited at the Judicial case.
Okay.
Now, having cited that, then the Chief Justice also wrote and said, I've heard this in the media about myself. That's how the whole thing went.
Okay.
And I'm saying, if for the first time we are having this, in the first instance, we are having these setbacks, what then arises is, what is the motive?
Okay.
Okay, what is the motive? Why fairness? Why the natural justice? Why the writing to her properly for her response wasn't done in the first place?
Okay.
These are questions some people will ask.
Okay.
You understand? So basically,
he's about to land.
I am landing on this matter. And to land, I want us to think that, look,
yes,
we sitting here, we are guided by this Constitution. The Constitution allows me respite and allows him respite and everybody here in this country. And the same Constitution per Article 3 tells me, defend it and defend this Constitution. If you think there's something untoward, you can only defend it by using the legitimate means.
Okay.
And what is the legitimate means? If we have decided we want to demonstrate, if we have decided to cite errors in the process, okay, And therefore, we want the whole world to see it.
Okay.
And other bodies have actually come to join, like the GBA, like the TUC yesterday.
Okay.
And like even a member of the Council of State, Madam Justice Sophia Kufu, she said, look, the process to remove the Chief Justice is unfair. This is Supreme Court justice before. And as a result, we are told by the same NBC commentator who said, well, I don't know, who said that she even abstained in the voting. She recused herself. And I've been out.
Who said that? I have never heard
I have heard a lot of communicators of
I've never heard it. No, I've never heard it.
Kamadin is not interested in landing. He is still on cruise control. So land him and let me have my say.
So I'm saying that
Yes, I've never heard
heard
anybody say that.
that she abstained.
Let's just assume that the Chief Justice has
all out.
Do you
This is
abstain?
public knowledge.
Let's just wait. Let's just assume she abstained, and we were not there to know, right? The Council of State consists of a plurality of people.
31 members.
31 members.
Yes.
30 members said she has a case. The Chief Justice has a case to answer. One member
Says no.
who was her colleague on the judiciary, on the Supreme Court, abstained. How does that not tell you, if I want to raise a contrarian argument, that she was so disgusted and found what her colleague was being accused of distasteful? Hold on. Wait. Article 146. Article 146 in and of itself is shrouded in opacity. If you want to change Article 146, you know what to do. So what happened to the president of the country being a conveyor belt? I am quoting the ex-president of this country, Akufo-Addo, who says he's only a conveyor belt. Which part of Article 146 has President Mahama flouted? When you say it, they don't have an answer. And then they come and talk about the spirit of the law. The same spirit of the law that made you go and lock an Auditor General's office and come back 3 years later and say the process was flawed. The same spirit of the law that made you remove an electoral commissioner without giving her the very petition that you're asking to be given to a Chief Justice. Look, let me tell you a little secret. Let me tell you a little secret. The Chief Justice taught me English in Atmota School. From 4 and from 5. I did very well in English language and English literature. Okay? So I am not one person who is going to sit here and say anything adverse about her. Right? A process has begun against her. That process has not been adjudicated.
No, nobody has said it.
Exactly. A committee has been set up to deal with the process. For all we know, tomorrow, the Chief Justice will come out white as snow and resume her position. So why are you people beginning by saying that the president is looking for a third term? That's why I want to.
I have not said so.
No, you haven't said it. Your minority.
I have not said so.
Your micro minority.
It's all over the
Have you not heard the micro minority leader, the master of micro minutia, Honorable Afenyo?
Yeah, but Kojo, he said that he personally disagrees with that.
No, but I'm talking about why you are here. Save the judiciary.
Yeah.
What are you saving the judiciary from? When the process is, you see, if the Chief Justice has been removed unceremoniously, uncircumstantially, without due process, and you are sitting here with the black T-shirt, I'll ask you for a copy of the black T-shirt so I can also wear it.
Okay.
I'm saying that there's a process going on, and you have already assumed the position, and you made a comment here that the process is for the removal of the Chief Justice. No. The process is because a prima facie case has been established against her according to law by the Council of State. You are citing the abstention of one person out of 30.
Not just only abstention, but the comment by her.
I said Article 146 in and of itself.
Her comment as well.
Article 146 is shrouded in opacity. It was done for a reason. When you people decided, the NPP decided, and the NPP and the Ghana Bar Association decided to boycott boycott the Constituent Assembly because you claimed it was hairdressers and laborers.
Kojo, we've gone past this.
No, you haven't gone past it.
Kojo, we've gone past
You
this.
want to go past
Kojo, no.
I've told you today, I'm on you
We've gone
like a
past
hawk.
this. Kojo, we've gone past
You
this.
can choose to be the chicken, and I will be the hawk. You see, Moro,
Yes.
a few days ago, on this very show,
Yeah.
I had never seen it before in 32 years. I saw Samoku Jeto, the then chairman of the Ghana Bar Association, confess that it was a mistake for Ghana Bar Association to have boycotted the Constituent Assembly because he said at that time we thought it was hairdressers and laborers and ordinary people. Who's an ordinary person? The hairdressers, they don't pay taxes. The newsreel is here. Ask Annie to play it for everybody to see it. So some of the things you are complaining about could have been addressed at the time. I said Article 146 in and of itself is shrouded in opacity. So if a president is following it, let him follow it. And to quote the ex-president of this country, thankfully now ex-president, President Akufo-Addo, he said the president is just a conveyor belt. Why can't President Mahama too be a conveyor belt? Are you people the only conveyor belts in this country?